Like, does wind
sound-
inherently make noise, or is it like hitting things that make noise?
Let me ask Miss Google Gemini.
I just
Does
like,
wind-
you know where I'm coming from. Like,
No.
wind doesn't make noise.
No.
Is it the fan making noise, or is it the wind making noise?
Well, the fan is contributing to the sound, but I think because it's so much, when you give it so much life, it makes. I don't know. Shut up.
Listeners,
Shit.
we're trying to figure out if wind makes noise.
Wait,
I
are we
don't
rolling
know.
for real?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Are we?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Well.
Messy thoughts, messy thoughts, messy thoughts, messy thoughts, messy thoughts.
Are you ready?
I am.
All right. Okay.
Messy thoughts.
You need to get your ass up and cook or clean up or do something.
Is this a quote?
This is a quote.
Repeat it one more time with the correct characterization, please.
Okay. You need to get your ass up and cook or clean up or do something.
Is this precious?
No. But
It's close. Okay, give me one more hint.
ooh. I've done a quote from this movie before on here.
So it's oh, don't do this to me. It's not Dreamgirls. Is it Dreamgirls?
No, you tell me.
I'm submitting my answer for Dreamgirls.
All right, y'all. So he said that the quote comes from the movie Dreamgirls. If you agree with
Dreamgirls.
boy will make you happy. But anyway, if you know what this quote is, I would love for you all to comment on one of our posts. Like when we post this out, go to our comment section, Instagram, TikTok. What is the name of the movie? I'm not going to tell you what
That's
it is.
okay. You don't have to tell me. But listeners, can you text me actually and like let me know what this is so I can school him on the next episode? Thank you.
Anyway, y'all, we've been gone for a minute. Now we back
Now
at
we
the
back,
jump off.
back.
Goons in the club in case something jump off.
Lil' Kim.
Okay, so he knows that.
I knew that one.
Y'all,
That's your
welcome
favorite,
back.
though.
That is my favorite. But
Yeah.
y'all, welcome back. It has been a minute. We've been gone for a month.
Yes, we
A
had a little
whole-
siesta, a little break, a little nap, but I think we decided to, come back on the airwaves and really bless the listeners with our voices.
Now I know y'all can't see Daddy Keller, but y'all, he rolled up. He got a little beard going on. Y'all don't understand. I'm like, ooh, look at him.
We haven't seen her in a month.
And if anyone's listening to this, they will not know what we're talking about.
That's okay. That is okay. So people who are just listening, Keller got a nice little cut going on. He ain't got that long hair no more.
But
what?
what's extra? A little scruffiness.
He got a little scruffiness going here, like a little mustache, little beard. It looks good. Like it looks really good.
His 31-day trial for daddiness is right now, and then soon he'll see if he wants to continue this into the fall. So that would be lovely.
I love it. You look great. You look great.
Thank you.
You do got to tell your friends they look great when they look great. Like when you see one of your friends and you're like, bitch, you look stunning.
I think you should tell people in general, like if you think someone looks good and if you are confident and okay with telling them that. Like today I was at the con clinic and this one person, because I don't know what they identify as, but anyway, they looked so fucking fierce. They had on like lime green pants. It was tucked in, and I was like, "Oh, I love your outfit." I made my pants myself because I can't find pants that usually like fit me the way I want to.
That's
so,
real.
But I've been on my sewing class, so it just inspired me even more. I think those are just signs that I need to truly get into my sewing bag.
You do need to get in your sewing bag, but you do need to just tell people. Like, I think it costs you nothing to be kind to somebody and say, "Girl, you're fierce. You're everything." Now, you are a man, so like if you say it to a woman and there are guys with them, sometimes they get a little butthurt. Has that ever happened to you? Like where you're like in downtown, you're like, "Girl, you look fierce," and then the guy's like, "Hey, dude, that's my girl. Get off of her." And I'm like, "Bitch, I just said fierce."
First off, cut. If you say it like that, girl, nobody is no one is scared of you.
That's what
the boys ain't scared. Nobody said that.
Do you know me? That's what I sound like.
What else? Are you trying to tell me you did that whole rendition?
I was
with
on
inflection.
6th Street. I was on 6th Street,
snapping and popping and dipping and all that.
Yes.
And the guy still got mad at you?
Yes. He was with the girl, and she was toned and tanned in the girl. And I said, oh, "Girl, you are fierce." And then like clap, clap, clap. And then like was going to walk away. And the guy was like, "Hey, don't talk to my girl like that." I'm not, trust me. She's more safe after my comment than before.
I agree. But that is really weird. Why would dudes do that?
Because
like,
men are fragile, or at least straight men are fragile. And like I don't think straight men sometimes discern. They're like, that's an F word. You know what I mean? Like that's a gay. Like that's not someone who's like threatening me in any way. Like,
well, let me ask you this. What if you were walking down the street with your familiar and then someone clocked you like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good, or if someone clocks your familiar, they were like, oh my gosh, you're so fucking fine or whatever, or nothing you fucking fine, because that's on the verge of flirting. They're just like, oh my gosh, you look really good. Would you take offense to that?
I would not take offense to it. My first step in anything is my bank account changed. No, it's not. So those comments don't affect me. But secondarily, I'd be like, oh, someone commented my familiar, or they commented on me and said they like my pants. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you.
Right.
Like, so I think those are like very welcome things. I don't think it's weird, but guys are like very protective around, this is my girl.
I agree.
This is my woman.
I just think that if you think someone looks good, you should just always automatically just tell them. Because I like doing that, because you never know what that could do to someone's day. Because, they're not probably looking for that compliment. They didn't even know it was coming. So, I think it's nice.
All right, girl, have you ever caught someone on the verge of tears and you didn't know they were on the verge of tears?
No.
And you said something to like, how are you doing? And they were like, and they started crying.
No,
You never do that?
No.
That's happened to me many a times where I'm like, hey, girl, how are you? And like, they're like, I'm good. I'm like, oh, how's your day? Are you okay? What's happening? They're like, no, my grandma, she's not doing well. And I'm like, well, okay. But you never know what people are going through. That's my point.
And that's why you should always be kind to
You
people.
should always be kind. Unless they try you.
Unless it's Donald Trump.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what 8647 means?
No, tell me.
8647. I did write this down today, so this is why we brought it. You already said it, half of it.
8647?
Yeah. Think about it. 8647. Who's the 47th president of the United States?
Oh, okay. Okay, but why'd you write that down? Like, what's going on?
People don't know, like, this is like a very silent code out there in the world, 8647. So if you see it out in the world, those are people who are against Trump. It's just a really easy way of saying get rid of 47, which is Trump. 86 means to get rid of.
Love that.
Yeah, so 8647.
86, yeah. Okay.
That's the code of my phone. That's the code to my house.
8647.
That's the
like
code to
that.
everywhere. So go ahead and try it.
Come in your house.
Try it. It'll work. Now, I didn't tell you how many times you got to repeat that number, but we'll see.
How was your break?
My break, my summer break, it was good. It was good. I didn't do much besides work, unfortunately. And they're trying my fucking nerves. But besides that, I got an Oura Ring.
I thought you was getting married when I first saw it.
Listeners. Okay, listeners, if you're listening, there's a black size 12 ring around my middle finger. Now, this is not a marriage proposal of any way because people don't have that money to propose to me. But my ring now tracks my steps, my sleep, my health. And if I want to, I can open it up and tell you what food I ate. So I just decided not to do an Apple Watch.
Multifunctional.
Yeah.
Love it. It's pretty. I really do like it, but
I haven't tried it. Like, listen, I'm on day 1.5. So let me massage a little bit, and then I'll tell the listeners if it's worth getting an Oura Ring 5. Ding.
Okay.
This is not an ad yet. Unless it's hashtag ad, then we got paid for it. But not yet.
Okay.
But how was your summer so far?
So, I went to the beautiful island of Santorini, Greece.
Ooh.
There for a wedding. Fabulous wedding. I definitely will recommend going to Santorini, but you only need to be there for like 2 days.
Why?
All like the touristy things, the island is really small. You don't have to be, well, unless you want to like just be at the beach, because they have black sand beaches, which is very pretty. Very, very pretty.
How, like, when we're saying small island, are we saying like you can see the island from my house, or like it's a short drive to get around the island? Like, how big is it?
It's a short drive. I would say maybe like an hour to like circle the whole island.
Shit,
yeah, it's really small.
That is
really
very
small.
Like,
I'll rent a car. But this is what I really want to get into. So yeah, Greece was all fun. But I had that long layover in Madrid. So y'all, I went trotting around Madrid. And of course, they have a bathhouse, and I'm the bathhouse connoisseur. So like, let me go and just like, look at it real quick. But one thing that really fascinated me about that bathhouse in Madrid is that they had a designated section for people to go douche.
they had what?
They had a designated session for people to go douche.
Can you describe to the listeners the setup that you're seeing at this current moment? Because douching is cleaning out for the girls to get done up.
Exactly.
So like, tell me what you're looking at this current moment.
So it's actually in the back of the cut. You would think it would be at the very front where like, the lockers are and like the showers and things are, but it's actually like in the far diagonal side, not diagonal side, but you got to go in there to get to that section.
So there's showers to the left. There's this other section to the right.
You walk in, the showers to the left, but you have to go down a hallway, down another hallway to the right, go down that hallway, and it's right there.
They put it in the right place, in my opinion.
It's by a bathroom, too. But you know what? I guess, like, you don't want to, if you're over there blowing it up, you don't want people to be, yeah. But anyway, so when it's...
Just side note, Sodome in Mexico City, I went a couple of, like, decade ago, and they also had a shower for douching, but it was right next to the other showers. There were like 7 showers total. These 6 were across from each other with a little hallway in between, and then they had this shower right here, which is for douching. And girl, when I tell you the girls at the club were lining up to get into that booth, I said, this is not okay. Like, they're
Okay, did you go in there at all just to see like what was in like the mechanics of it?
I did. So it's a taller wall with white tile, and then they had like a hose with a plastic attachment, because you go and buy the attachment at the top.
Okay,
front.
yeah. That's what they did over there,
right?
too.
And then you screw it on and you use it, but then you're just kind of like next to the other showers, because you can hear everyone, you can hear the music, you can basically see the dancers all from the shower area. So like you're in the middle of the room doing your business.
Oh wait, so there's no
you're in the middle of the room.
partition to like. Ooh,
you're in the middle of the room.
see the one there, you can actually close the door and do your thing. Yeah, you can close the door.
So this is its own section.
Yes.
Tell us more.
That's really okay. So you walk in, there's a sink, so if you need to wash hands or wash whatever you need to wash, if you want to be in that area, and then they actually have it set up to where like when you need to squat and do your thing, and then they have the little hose attachment. But you can bring your own contraptions. That's what I did because I didn't trust all of that, so I brought my own contraptions. But I was good. I didn't need to do all that.
Oh, you had.
I was prepared before I got there, like because I knew I was going by because I didn't know that they had that type of set up.
It was shocking to me when I first saw it, because like it's something I think you should do in the privacy of your own home. Like I like a podcast, I like a little candle on, I like a 45-minute session where I like do my thing.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can do it in a and then I had to go perform. That's not me.
Really?
Maybe I have something wrong with me.
I've definitely done that before at Club Houston, because they have like a section in the bathroom, downstairs bathroom, where it's like they have like the regular like showers and everything, but they have like an actual stall that has a sink in there.
Yeah, it's like a gym locker room bathroom.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't care. Like I'm trying to get done up, so I'm trying to do my thing, and I don't give a damn.
Tell the girls where to find this. Is this in Barcelona, Madrid? Where is this?
Madrid. Madrid.
And how much was it to get in?
Bitch, $20. That was it. $20, and it was really quick. Because y'all know if you're going to all like the different the bathhouses here in the U.S.
Yeah,
it is like it takes 3 hours to get in.
Girl, there's 3 fees. There's a whole line. You got to clear 4 different memberships. Make sure you're not blocked.
You got to show your family members. Make sure that is your maiden name.
Right. You got to FaceTime your mama and show it to the drag queen in the front.
Let me just tell y'all this: to get into the bathhouse there, it took all of 5 minutes. You walk in, and I was about to go to like the front of the kiosk, and the guy like stopped me real quick. He's like, no, and he pointed to the kiosk. I chose the service that I want to get in, tap my card, and I was in.
Okay, that's what we need to implement in the United States.
Once you get your little receipt, you take it to the man. He will give you a towel. He'll give you some shoes and 1 condom.
That's what is the 1 condom supposed to do?
He thought it was a one and done.
What is the 1 condom supposed to do? You need at least a backup condom. You need at least one if it rips. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just go, oh, my time in the bathhouse is over? No.
I guess we
the
were
girls
talking it.
They didn't hand out prep there. They're like, take these the next 3 days,
I will say the guys there looked really good. They looked really good.
These are Spaniard men, right?
Yes, because it was in Madrid. Yeah.
Are they giving tall? Are they giving buff? Are they giving just chiseled? What are they giving?
I would say a lot of them were like swimmers build. Swimmers build. There was a lot of Spaniards. But I ran into like 4 Americans. I'm like, I'm not trying to kick it with you. Get out of here.
I was going to say, Europe is crazy right now. Like in the summer months or whatever. Like I know that travel can be crazy in Europe. But this year have looked online and just seen the crowds and the lines, like the Louvre and everything. And it looks crazy to be in Europe as an American. Like you're constantly not knowing where you're going. There's people everywhere. Like at peak times, things are insane.
Well, that was my first time ever going to Europe. So I definitely recommend, if you've never gone to Europe, this is me telling you, please go. I'm ready to go next year and go actually, I want to go at the end of this year.
Do you really?
I want to go to Berlin. I want to go to Berlin.
What was your takeaway from Europe? As when you left, you came back. You were only gone for like a week or so. What was your takeaway? Did you really enjoy the Europe vibes? Did you could you see yourself being there for a month or two, or like were you like, get me back to the States immediately?
No, I was never like, get me back to the
Really?
States. Actually, I even met someone because when they hear you talk, well, for me specifically, no, when they hear me talk, they were like, "Oh my gosh, where you from?" I was like, "I'm from Texas," and then a lot of people think we say howdy.
I mean, I do say howdy. Ironically, though, like to all my people on work, I say howdy to everyone because I'm in Texas.
But that is just like when they like see movies, but just Texas specifically. Because I think if I would have said I was from New York, nobody would have said that. But they're like, "Oh, howdy." I'm like, I don't say howdy, but thank you so much. But one of the things that I took away from there is that the food is like the quality is much, much better than over here.
Oh yeah.
Like that was my first time ever seeing, and this is just y'all don't talk about me. This was my first time ever seeing an egg with the orange yolk.
Oh.
Well, the ones over here are yellow,
Yellowish and like.
Yeah, have you ever seen one that's like a true like bright orange?
Probably not.
Thank you.
Probably not like a healthy way. No.
And all that to say is like, since the food was much fresher, like, it was really easy to get things going.
So you didn't have to use the booth. You were just good and clean.
I'm saying, the food was awesome.
I just say when I went to the Europe for the first time, it was a great time. I enjoyed it. The girls, we laughed and waved. We saw Adele, like blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, get me back to the United States of America, caca. And like I was like, I need to go back just because. There's a little couple things about Europe that like is weird. And I don't know if you had this in Spain
Tell me.
in Greece, but like their water bottles, like the lids don't come off. That sent me over the moon. I don't know why.
I was trying to rip mine off. It is hard to get off. I'm like, what? Yeah! That is another thing that I noticed. So the water, like when I was showering in Greece.
Yes.
The water is a little salty.
Oh, okay. It's a little.
Have you noticed that? Like
I've never been to Greece, but like I've been to London and their pipes are old. So yeah.
I Googled it though because I was washing my hair and I'm like, I didn't sweat that much. Why is it so salty? But then I was trying to brush my teeth and I'm like, this water is salty. So I Googled it. I'm like, okay. They said like the water in Greece, it's a little bit salty.
Was it hot?
It was
breezy.
No, it was okay.
Because when I was in Munich, girl, it was hot. I was hot. You went to Munich kind of recently.
Yeah.
Was it hot when you went?
It was. I mean, the weather was pretty nice when I was there.
It was nice.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Fuck. No, I went in August and bitch, it was hot. So like, yeah, I'm surprised you said it wasn't that bad.
I'm trying to think of something that I thought was strange that. Well, actually, I don't want to say it, but people over here don't really drive manuals anymore.
No.
But over there, a lot of people drive manuals.
Yes, it's very much, yeah.
Because when I rented a car in Greece, it was very cheap. But then they was like, okay, so you're cool with a manual? I'm like, no, I need an automatic.
Exactly.
It was like $20, $30 more. But I'm like, I'm like, okay, people drive more manuals here. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's older, they're used to it, they know how to do it. I think Americans have been written off by the car industry, and like we can't do manual. So like, no, we're babies.
There was nothing else that truly like I was okay with being there. Like I was happy to get back because I was able to like to be in my own bed in my own space. But no, I enjoyed it over there. I truly did. Like
no
I
homophobia?
No.
I love.
I mean,
I hear it's not a good time to be gay in Italy right now.
Really?
Yeah, I hear they're very homophobic right now.
I didn't know that.
I'm sorry, Italy. We have Italy listeners. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just speaking to what I've heard. You let me know.
Yeah, it's a
wrong.
conservative country.
Yeah, they're like doing like Mussolini Part 2.
Though
Sorry.
In my case, I felt like the repression of them being that way like made them extra horny.
Like,
so.
oh yeah,
I told you about this.
You did tell me that. We did when we were having our meeting. And you were not paying attention.
Girl, I was working.
Anyway, what's one more thing that you noticed when you was over there that you were like,
When I went to London, this is a London-specific problem. I don't know if it's all of Europe, but like they didn't use salt nor pepper when I had a steak. Like it was just the steak itself and its juices and its motherly whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, where's the seasoning? I love a seasoning. I love a dry rub.
Well, why didn't you? So this is what I've heard many times from people who've visited London. It's like the food is not where it's at. But what I've been told is that you need to go to the areas where it's like the most like ethnic people, like there's like the Indian community, the Jamaican community, the Nigerian community. Like, have you gone over there and eaten food at all?
Yes, our hotel was right by a place where it had a bunch of Indian foods. That's all it was. So good. I would say the Indian food and the ethnic food in London, of the Ethiopian food, all of the things, delicious.
Okay.
But like just normal like American food or just steak and fries or whatever meal you're going to get, it's gonna be, in my opinion, not good. But if you go to an Indian restaurant, it's gonna be overly flavorful, delicious, have everything you're used to. Like it's like a universal food and it's really good. And they have a ton of them. Like they have on every corner there's an Indian spot.
Really?
Every corner in London. And that's my experience.
Well, all that to say is that I'm definitely excited to go back, and I'm already plotting my next escape over there.
I love that.
Oh, one quick thing. Delta, you need to get rid of Amy. Amy pissed me the fuck off.
Not her first name.
I don't give a fuck. Because I messaged him on the plane. See, let me just, real quick story. So,
Please.
I am on my way to Greece, and it's the long haul. So, it's from Detroit to Paris. Cool. It is the first time or the first stop to get refreshments. Cool. My neighbor next to me, really nice, very talkative. He just had to just go to the bathroom right when we were doing the drink service.
Yeah.
No problem. So, Amy's bitch ass is standing in front of me, which is fine. She's doing her job. And so he's like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, no problem. I said, excuse me. Nothing. Hey, excuse me. She still didn't respond. That's okay. So I tap her on her shoulder. I said, excuse me.
It's Amy.
Amy does not turn around. She does not look at me. But what she says is, I'll be with you in a moment, and please use your words.
You do use your words. He's befuddled right now. He is befuddled, guys. He is doing the Vogue. He is doing the...
I'm like, I did use my words, but you didn't hear me. Now, I can take responsibility that I probably should not have touched her. I get it. Should not have touched her. But I am not a child. I ain't your slave.
I ain't your slave.
I ain't your slave.
Reference.
But no, for real, like, why would you, like, that is rude to say, like, use your words. I did use my words. You did not hear me. That was the next thing that I could do to get your attention. And it wasn't even me who had to get out of the aisle. It was my bitch ass neighbor.
Right.
So I was mad at him. I said, this is your fault.
I was going to say, I'm putting this squarely on you. Never do something for nobody else, especially in a plane. Never tap nobody, get no one's attention. I've learned that the hard way. Like, people look at you crazy for trying to be outspoken. He can climb over you.
Like in real, no shade, like, Delta, thank you all, like, fabulous flight. Loved it. And so after that, I'm like, oh, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to work your ass. I said, I need a drink right now. On the hour, every hour, I need a drink. And I was zooted.
Oh, baby.
I was feeling so good.
Oh, yeah, when they give you those extra wines or whatever.
I was drinking Jack and Cokes. But no, that is so fucked. So, Amy, fuck you. Next.
Amy, we apologize. Delta, sponsor us. Love you.
No, Delta was fabulous. The whole flight was fabulous. Everybody else was cool. But that hoe.
I love when I got a text message from BJ. I said, baby, are you on the plane? He says, yes. And I pissed the fuck off.
Oh, I did text you.
You said, Amy is pissing me the fuck off. I said, baby, listen, they're going to put you on a no-fly list. Please don't do it. Please don't have that messy thought right now. Like, don't do that. Don't do it.
The only redeeming quality about Amy that she had a mean-ass bob. I'll say that.
Okay. She was working that bob. Okay.
She looked like Edna from The Incredibles.
Edna
but it was like red. But it was she had red. Like she looked fierce, like she was very shaped. She looked really good. But after she did that little moment with me, I'm like, no more from you. No more. You get nothing.
Nothing for me.
Nothing. So yes.
I love that.
Thank you.
Good. Should we go on a break and then come back?
Yeah, let's do
Let's do it.
All right, y'all, we are back and we're about to get into our messy thoughts.
BJ, is it your experience, being gay?
Mm-hmm.
You're gay, right?
Bye.
You're okay. What LGBT? Are you LGBT?
Yes.
Do you think the gays are loving themselves these days? Do you think that the gays are healthy?
Well, so Pride is upon us. Well, Awesome Pride, if you're not familiar with Awesome Pride, but Awesome Pride is upon us. So I do think there is a level of love that people love themselves, but I do not think that what the gay community preaches to each other is love and admiration of each other.
And what?
See,
go ahead. Tell us more about that preaching.
I think that let's just take people are saying you need to love yourself.
Oh.
You need to what you come as you are, whatever size, color, anything. Love yourself. Come as you are.
Yeah.
But let's just say we go to these events where we're supposed to come as we are and be authentic in our own skin, but the people around do not celebrate you, they didn't live for you, they will not even look your way. And so it's like, okay, you all want me to do all these things and hype myself up, but you don't even hype me up when I get there.
Yeah.
And sometimes people, they need that extra boost to feel included and feel welcome. And so that's how I think. I think we tell everyone to love themselves, but do you truly mean that? Are you just saying that? Like when people do the BLM?
Yeah.
Do you really believe in Black Lives Matter? Or are you just saying that just to,
buzzword to seem woke,
performative.
Performative niceness.
Mm-hmm.
I took it as are gays loving themselves? And I first had to go what is that preaching that they're talking about? What's the message that we continue to get put out to gays that we don't necessarily feel in person? And I think we all are gay, right? That's our common thing. We're all gay. We all know a different kind of sexual orientation. But then when we get into rooms with each other, we put other labels on each other, not attractive or big or skinny or Black, femme, Asian, whatever it may be. And that kind of breaks down the lines between our community as gays. we further break ourselves down, and then like we don't love each other. So like when we're going to a club, right? We all know when you walk into a club, there's the glances. There's those glances. Everyone kind of like, oh, another person came in. Everyone looks, comes back, and everyone does a little calculation in their head.
Real quick.
What's the value of that person who just walked in? Ain't that the real bitch? Like, it's the value of the person who just walked in.
You are not lying.
Okay.
Because it's really what can you do for me? Or true? Yeah. What can you do for me? Or what, like you said, the value. Like, what is this value going to bring to my specific or now? People can lie all the time. No, that's not true. I'm my own person. That is
in practice, it's not a real, like, of course, you see your good Judy, you're going to be like, oh, girl, I love you, ha, ha, ha. But that's because you have a relationship prior to that moment.
Right.
But when you see a stranger out, we as humans have to assign value, and we as gays really assign value when we're in gay spaces.
Let's take it a little home. So you know our friends, how they would have parties and everything, and they would bring a new person in. You know everybody's like swarming them. Everybody's talking like, you know, but their own like who is that? What's going on? Because you're right. It's like, what can they do? Like how are they going to add to my life? And but it's true. Like you may not say those exact words, but that is what you're calculating.
You're calculating it. And we do this all. I think if you get straight people, anyone, if you ever go to a gay club, just watch people as people are moving around the club. You will see people do a pivot or a swivel, we call it, where their head's on a swivel and where they see people coming and going. And yes, they're talking to you and paying attention to you, but they're also looking away from you to kind of, oh, who's over there? Who's over there? It's like a natural thing that the gays do.
Right.
Yeah. And go ahead.
But okay, but this is, I get like a hot take that I have is because I am more comfortable with people telling me what you're wanting and what you are seeking versus people who are telling me, no, I'm so accepting and want XYZ in my circle or who I'm looking for. Like, prime example, I do not mind if someone's like, I'm only looking for, or I only want this physique at my party. I only want this.
Really?
The reason why I'm okay with it because I'm like, I know who I'm dealing with. And I know that you do not live for me. So why would I want to even put myself in that space of like, prime example, not a prime example, but just like walk with me. Let's just say if we have this big party and we're saying everybody is included, we want everyone to come. But then you have your own like separate cliques. And it's like this group of people who look just alike are only clicking with these people and then so on.
Right.
But then you have someone who's like, well, I'm here to talk to everybody. So they try and go infiltrate in those groups, but they can't even get in the door.
Right. They may be there and may physically be there, but they're shutting them out socially.
Yes.
Even before they're like finished talking.
And then I'm just like,
because of what they look like.
so then why am I here? Why am I here?
Yeah.
This is not the community that I want to sign up for.
Yeah.
So like, had I known, this is what I know I'm having this party, but this is who I truly only want to come in the door.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I know that whatever, like, you know, the criteria that they're looking for, maybe I don't fit that criteria. And I don't need to go in there. I don't. Like, but I know some people are like, but that's not right. You shouldn't think that way, or it shouldn't be that way. But that is reality.
It is reality. And you kind of have to like face it. Either you want to improve it or like you're fine with the way it is. Because people like are just selective on either who their partner is or who their friends are. The way I look at it is like, gays see a man, and in a split second they go, "Do I want to date him or just be his friend?" Like
fuck him.
Do I want to fuck him?
Yeah, I'm like, why are you being funny?
It's like, do I want to fuck him or can I be their friend? It's like this like spectrum of like, do I want to fuck with them at all? Can I be friends with them or do I want to fuck them? And the fuck them has the highest value. Fuck them has the highest value because like you want to go after them now, you want to pursue them, and so there's like this. The person who came through the door is now a goal. And not a friend or a sister or a community member. They're a person you want to fuck. And that's different.
So he just read me. He just read me for filth. But that's okay.
But it's real.
It's real.
We are
because you've done it before, haven't you?
Absolutely. We are a community.
That's how you got your familiar
But that's how I saw familiar. I said, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? But yeah, like, it's okay. We all do it. But let's not act like we are a community who does not draw other lines to separate us and to have a value structure. Like, we need to talk about that, especially with social media, especially with that like life that they put out on social media. People can be perceived as like super high value because they're always traveling, or they have money, or they have social access, or they have friends that look like them, all with abs and the same beard, or whatever the fuck your friends look like. So like that happens a lot in the gay community. I think we just need to talk about it because if it's this thing that's happening. We all see it when you're 18 years old going to the gay community. You see it happen, and you go, "Oh, this doesn't really affect me. I'm hot and sexy and fly." But like once you become not hot, sexy, and fly, how are you treated then? Because your value is the biggest when you're fit, young, have money, or status.
I'm glad you brought in, like I would say, age, because ageism is also a big thing in our community too. Y'all, and there's no shade to my friends, I love y'all, but every time y'all always like say that I'm old, and I am older than y'all, but
Who says you're older? I say BJ's 6 months older than me, which is true.
Am I really?
Yes,
I am.
You're like 7 months older than me, 7 or 8.
See, there you go.
There you see. No, that's your mama. Your mama decided to put you on the world that time, not me. I love you, Dolores.
But it's true, like, because I do see, like, when I would like say other older people are trying to, like, come into groups or that, like, they're shunned as well. It's like, okay, well, what's like going to, like, let's say Rain, and you say like the older crowd, like, I don't want to call them old, but they're just an older crowd. Like, the crowd is not living for them sometimes. They're just not.
Yeah.
And then, but I said that's like kind of my crew now, because I'll be seeing how they dress. I'm like, I like a little polo. I don't know, but tell me what you think. If you would see a party, let's just say if someone threw a party, it's like, I only want, you have to look a specific way. And this could be fat, this could be skinny, this could be muscular. If you see that, how would that make you feel?
I got an invitation to a party, and so like I'm already.
No, you didn't get the invitation.
Oh, I see the.
You didn't get the invitation. But it could be. But I'm not saying it has to be specific. So like someone who has abs.
It would make me feel weird.
It would
make me feel weird. In me specifically, as a mixed person, it always makes me feel weird when people put out lists about specific things. Because sometimes they're like, you need to be like these things. I'm like, oh, that's just not who I am or what I am about. And so like, I don't feel like I can go into that room or be invited to that party and even feel welcome, even if I do meet the criteria. Like, I don't think it's I don't like the party aspect of you need to look this way. Why?
See, I'm glad.
Why?
I'm glad that it gives
what is
it
the
gives a
purpose?
reaction out of you, because I have the same reaction when I see things like that. But then I'm also like, okay, this is what they like. It is what it is. And then I move on.
Is this a sex party?
I'm gonna say any
Like,
kind of party.
I don't
Any
understand.
kind of party.
I don't understand the concept of a party where you're like, we're gonna play Pictionary, but only people with afros and big feet can come. Like, I don't understand that.
That's so specific.
That's very specific and like why if you're gonna do Pictionary.
But they do. But there are so
So if you're standing around drinking and you're around a pool, like, what does it matter? Why do you have to be 6 foot and good looking, athletic? Like, why?
That's
But if it's a sex party, I understand. But like, why would you go to a party?
Why the difference?
Because sex party, you're like, you want to get in a very close, intimate sexual relations with people that look, I guess, in this way. And if you love that, I love it for you. Go for it all day long. But like I said before, if you're gonna play Pictionary, bitch, divide the teams. You don't need it, girl. We don't need this. We don't need the criteria.
So what you're saying, if it's just let's say a regular day party, and then someone has like specific criteria that you have to meet, like you have to meet this specific rubric, then that makes you feel away. But if you see a flyer for, let's say, a sex party that says you have to meet this certain criteria, you're okay with that?
I'm more okay with that, yes. Because I feel like the girls should be able to have those moments where like, we want athletic bitches only.
Yeah.
We want athletic bitches only. Great. And if that's, 20% of your offering as an organization, go for it. But if it's 100% of your organization, just only hot and sexy people, that has nothing to do with me. Or it couldn't have nothing to do with me. So I don't like that. You know what I mean?
Yes. Why do you think that our community, let's just take the bears, and I won't even say the leather community, I would just say bears. Maybe bears. Or just, I would say the guys who are
bears are a great example, yeah.
Let
or
me just
twins.
say, why do you think that subculture or subgroup is more accepting of people coming into their space versus a group of people who are, let's say, Model S bodies or conventionally attractive?
I think the bear community is very welcoming at first, and there's some elements where they definitely have their problems. I won't even go into that. But like,
tell me one.
Well, they have their problems. There's a race problem in the bear community.
Oh, yeah, we are. Yes,
we know that, and that's like very much like a thing. Like, bears kind of refer to white bears, and there are other bears, of course, in the bear community. But it really is centric around this white bear look and feel. So like, if you're an Asian bear, it doesn't exactly like represent you. They're like, oh, you're a panda bear. Like, girl, what?
Right. So not that specific, but why do you think people, let's say fat people. I'm just gonna put out that fat people.
Love
Why do we think that fat people are more accepting of everybody? Like, so you can be skinny, fit, buff, everything. I mean, accepting of everybody versus the other way around. And that is the point. That they have to.
I feel like they have to. I feel like they have to go through this acceptance of themselves or loving themselves because society shoves it down your throat. You're fat. You're not what we need. We need, like, you're not on the cover of mensfitness.com, whatever that may be. And so like they have to go through this thing where like if like they kind of deal with it and they go, okay, great, this is fine. And they're accepting of fit people because I don't know, they're just fit people. There's people out there. But I feel like fit people, once you're at the top of a social pyramid, which fit people, rich people, people with access are at the top of the pyramid. That's just the world we live in. If you're at the top of the pyramid, you don't necessarily have to look around you and go, do I need to accept that fatty? No, you don't have to do that because you can have your little group of a close social circle and kind of keep it that way. That's how I feel.
You know what? I think it would be interesting if we had someone on the show to talk to, like, let's say someone who was formerly fat, but now they're fit. But I want to get like two perspectives. I want to get a perspective of someone who, let's just say, once they got to the dream body that they wanted, that they shun the people who they used to be. And I would love to talk to someone who got to the dream body they want to, but they're still accepting and have that little debate going on.
That'd be nice. If you lost weight, comment in the comments. We'll talk to you.
Because you know what? I do see comments on some people, like, well, let's just say for someone who did lose a lot of weight and they're like showing off their body, which I want to. Show off your body if you want to. But then you'll get someone in their comments like, you used to be a fat bitch and now you act like you are all of that. You're God's gift to the world and you don't talk to like people no more. When I'm just like, damn, like, you know.
I mean, all this is real. Like adulthood and everything is messy and you're not always going to be friends with everybody and you are going to change. You may leave people behind. So it may be salty for one reason. But again, if they lost weight and they change exactly everything about them and they just abandon who they were, that's also a bad thing. I think you can go to any Atlantis cruise and find at least a couple who've lost weight for the cruise. And they are now kind of doing different things when they're in their bigger bodies.
I don't mind. If that's what you feel you have to do, I say do it. I say do it. Now, circling like, back to the topic that we had at hand, I truly do not have an issue. If you say you want a certain thing at whatever, it sucks, but that is just reality. Because think of like racism. I do not mind. If you are racist, I want you to tell me that you're racist. Because I know how to govern you. I know how to deal with you.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I guess, in this realm. If you're putting out a party or a social event and you're only saying, I want X, Y, and Z, you fucked up for doing that. Yeah. But now I know how to deal with you. I know how to deal with the organizations that you represent. Yeah. And then the people who go there, okay, now
it's like being honest. Like it's being honest. Like, I don't like you.
And I want people to know, it sucks and it is not right.
Yeah.
But that is reality. Yeah. And that's what sucks.
That is reality. And I also want to talk about friend groups real quick. Like, a lot of times the reason we see bare friend groups with everyone has a glorious beard and a big belly. It's great. And like other people have like abs and they're all like in their 20s and rich and live in LA. Like there's like friend groups that all look alike, right? I feel like there's a lot of it because they're looking for external validation. They're stronger in numbers. So like if you find people that are all, fit like you and have a social status as you, you want to collect those people like Donkey Kong. But like another person walks in and doesn't have the same status as you, you feel like you're doing charity almost at some point. Like I'm not saying I'm in the social status, but I'm saying the people at the top are like, we want to have these friend groups because we don't want anybody else who doesn't look like us and who doesn't validate who we are and how we work so hard for our bodies and our wealth and all of those things. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you mean. And I think it's I'm just gonna take our friend group just for like a little example. Like we are clearly two different colors and we have Dylan in our friend group who is much taller than us, but like we don't look at all alike. Even your familiar, like he don't look none like us. Like we're all men of color, but we do not, or brown men of color, but we all don't look alike. Yeah. Which I do love that.
And that's the way I operate in this world. I genuinely don't be like, oh, you are this, so I'm gonna exclude you. Girl, if you want to come to the party, come to the party. Like everyone knows what I do. So you can come and dance, sing, be loud, drink a little bit, be wild. Like if you want to do that, let's do that. But if you don't like that, that's also fine.
All right.
So what parts of this do you think like make it exclusive to the gay community? Because even with like straight men and women, if they're in a social setting together and there's sexual tension, like are there similar dynamics or things at play? Like I guess I'm just wondering, like, do we expect too much from the gay community, just as a community, and so we hold it to a higher standard of certain things? Because
that's a good point, because they don't, like, straight people don't have the same dilemma we do.
Right.
There's the cross genders and like you're only gonna look at these people and you're opposite sex attracted, so you're gonna be friends with people of your same sex, and there's like kind of this like separation. But with like gay men, it's like that's a man. You have to do both friend and fucking. Like, do you want a friend or fuck? And it's like quickly you have to put them in a lane.
See, and I thought about that when we were doing having this whole conversation, because I'm like, you can say the same thing about straight couples when they're like, say there's a party and someone comes in the room and they're like, you're scanning them. But you said a key word. We are, and I'm only speaking for gay men. We are gay men, and then once someone walks in the door, you have to do a quick, am I trying to get with them? Am I trying to date them? Am I trying to be a friend with them?
Right.
When you are a straight person, let's just say a straight guy, another guy walks in, you're not looking at him like, you may, I don't know. But if you're straight, you ain't looking at him like that. But with a girl, you could have that same, I would say, reaction to the gays do. But it's different. It's different. It's different. But that was a great question. I think that's really good because they are parallel with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking like tribalism kind of exists in these other contexts too. But yeah, I think like especially because we think of the gay community as a community, our expectation is that we all have to love each other like we're already a family.
That's
so
what
it's
we're
like
fed.
It's like when you get into like the split versions of that, that's when it's like frustrating. Yeah. Right.
It's that's what it is. It's frustrating. It's disappointing that the community acts in this way.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna speak from my experience. When I was a little gay, I was like, I can't wait till I'm like 18, 19 and I can go be gay and do the gay shit. I'm so excited. But then when I got there, I was like, these bitches is fake as hoes. Like they is fake as hell. And like that's why people meet people on apps, because even in the gay clubs, people don't go like, everyone's free game because we're all gay. It's like, no, you're not this, you're not this, you're not this, you're not this, you're not this. And that's why people go to online, because they're like, I can like filter what I need. Yeah. And this is what I can get. So I think that's another reason why like gays, we have a frustration with it, because we feel it when we go out and try to find a partner or a one night stand or whatever, that like you're being judged in all these different ways.
Well, and
quickly.
I think because we're a smaller part of the population in general, that's another factor. Is like it's like there's almost like I don't know, like we're looking for the camaraderie of like the community.
Yeah, we are. We're like, you go all day talking to straight people. At my work, I talk to straight people
that
all
you assume
day.
are straight.
No, I ask everyone on the top of the call, who's straight, who's gay? No, but I talk to straight people all day, and sometimes I just want to talk to a good Judy or someone that So I want my gay community. Yeah. And sometimes I just want to go to the nearest gay bar in a city I don't know where I am and go, where are my gays where I can talk about Britney Spears? Like, I just want to walk in and like shout that.
Not Adele. You a fake ass. I don't know what her friend.
Okay,
owl.
Just like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, there's a split. Adele.
Y'all, he's fake.
Adele, Beyonce, and Britney are right there.
He's fake. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, real quick before we get out of here, I want us to introduce the Messy Bowl. I want to just do at least one question out of there.
The Messy Bowl.
The
Messy Bowl.
At this point right here, let's do something like, a little cut out.
Insert graphic.
All right, guys, I don't know if you can hear this, but these are the topics that are in the Messy Bowl. We are going to grow this Messy Bowl over time to have many, many, many topics. But for now, let's choose one.
Just one. Here
you go, BJ.
Oh, I'm going to choose? Okay.
It's going to be your choice today.
All right, we'll go quick.
And I don't know what's on these, so I do, but like kind of forgot.
Let's see. So
and if you can't read it, let me know.
So this question says, do you have to be liked by your friends?
Boyfriend. Oh, if you're like your boyfriend's friends.
Do you have to be liked?
Like if you're dating someone and their friends
Ma'am, that
don't
is
like
not what you wrote. I'm just letting you know that is not what you wrote.
Okay, well I'll get better.
Girl,
this is the Messy Bowl.
No, read it. What does it say?
It says, do you have to be liked by your friends?
Right. I'm like, that is not what you wrote.
By your friend's boyfriend. I didn't finish it. So like if you're dating someone and they don't like you, how does that make you feel?
If I'm dating someone.
Yes. And their friends don't like
their friends don't like me.
Yeah.
You should, bitch, you know what I'm about to say. What
do
you think I'm gonna say? No. What do you think BJ's gonna say?
You're saying, fuck those friends. I don't care what they have to say.
Boom.
Why?
I'm not dating them.
Why?
I don't want to know who your friends are. I don't care who your friends are.
That's so important.
Well, actually, hold up. Wait a minute. I'm about to retract that. Because if you are friends with some really terrible people, I don't need to be with you. Because that means you're terrible.
So it means like you want to meet their friends and judge, are these good people around him or her?
Yes. Like, I do want to meet them so they can meet who I am, but I do not need to be buddy with them. Because let's just say if me and that familiar, we decide to just expire that relationship. Yeah. I'm cutting them off too.
Yes.
I'm cutting them off too.
Yes, the friends are gone
I'm
too.
like, for what? Okay, what do you think? Do you need to be friends with your man's friends?
No. No. I would send my friend could be friends with his friends and go out, do your little beer drinking. I don't know what tops do, but I don't know what tops do, but like, I don't need to be, you can go enjoy your friends, but I do like if, one of his friends has a Cheesecake Factory night. We all go to the Cheesecake Factory. I want to be able to have a conversation with them.
Right.
But I don't give a fuck. Once that check comes, I'm like, let's get to the car, bitch. I hate your friends.
Like we don't need to be, you need to follow me on Instagram. You need to follow me on TikTok. I don't need your number. I would like to know who you are.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that, like, say for something happens, I can reach out to someone.
Right. Like, hey, I'm not in town right now, but something's happened to Jerome.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe they can have my number so that way, if anything, any emergency, we can do that. But I am not trying to hang out with
But they're
your
not going
friends.
to be friends. They're going to be acquaintances. They're going to be distant people that have some relation to the person I'm dating.
They're going to be my buddy. They're going to be my buddy. Buddy. And on that note, well, actually, if you ask the question, what's the question?
Do you need to be liked by your friend's boyfriend? No, wait. Do you need to be liked by your boyfriend's friends?
Comment below.
Also, if you have any questions you want me to just throw into the messy bowl and one day it could come up, please put it in the comments or just put it on our TikTok somewhere. I'll find the question and I'll put it in here and I'll make PJ not know about it. Okay?
And on that note, thank y'all so much for tuning in for another episode of Messy Thoughts. We truly do enjoy our fans. We love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. If you want to follow us on any of our social medias, you can go to messythoughts.com. You will find everything. You'll find our Instagram and you will find our YouTube and our TikTok. So please go there. And like LeBron said, if you want to contribute to this messy bowl and try to trip me up, because this bitch is going to try to trip me up.
Oh, I'm going to put things in here you're going to hate. I love it.
Anyway, please go to all of our social medias and then just email us and we will put that suggestion in the box. And so thank y'all so much again. And this is Messy Thoughts, where the thoughts are messy.
And the bottoms love themselves.
Aww.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think that was a good one.
Messy thoughts.
Put in your belly button. I find it really helps me.
I do that. Oh.
One day we need to come back from break and just do this. Hi guys, we're back.
You got the titties all out.
Okay.
Can you feel that?